Hi everyone, in this section of video tutorial we will go through backup virtual machines. So for that what we will do, we will set up Azure recovery service for backup and then restore of files hosted on Azure virtual machines. Also consider as case on premise system. I will put this into two sections. First section will be backup, and second section I will use restore from the recovery service vault, and also we'll check that what can we how we can use recovery service vault from accidental or malicious data loss. So let's start that one. So first we are going to set up a recovery service vault. We're going to create a recovery service vault. So we need to connect to the Azure portal. Here I have already connected with my account. Then from the search, you can search for recovery service vault. Click that one, that button, then click on create button. Now we need to specify the parameters, specific values. So first resource group. I'm going to create a new resource group for this one. So click on create new. If you have any resource group created before, so you can use that one, but here I'm going to get a new one. So this is Azure recovery service vault, resource group 01, and then vault name. So give a vault name here. Enter the name for your course. I'm giving a vault name like Azure recovery service vault 01. Then region I prefer to, for my practice session I prefer to East US. Normally you will select based on your location, customer location. That is always better, but we also need to check that what the options are available for that region. Then I'm not going to set up any tags, so I'm going to click on review and create. It's preview. Okay, now click on create. So initializing deployment, submitting deployment. And deployment is in progress, so it will be very quick, this one. So deployment is complete. Now let's go to resource from here. Click on go to resources, like resource button. Now under settings options or section, click on properties. And here we see the property status is act, location, subscription name, subscription ID, resource group, backup. There is the option that backup configuration. So click on update to see. So here default is geo redundant is fine for me. But there is other option like storage replication type, locally redundant or zone redundant. So I'm just considering the default one for this lab session. And cross region, it's okay. Restore you can set up to enable if you would like to use that option. So click on, it's already there, so just click close. Now go to security section, click on update to see. And here if we see that there's one option, like two options. One is soft delete, that is enabled, and anything like any feature, if you'd like to want to know more, you can click like the more, you see that learn more. So click that learn more, you can see what actually soft delete does. So in summary, you will see here it's saying that on such failure, soft delete, even if a malicious actor deletes a backup, the backup data is retained for 14 additional days. And they also mentioned one thing that is good: the additional 14 days of retention for backup data in the soft delete state. Soft delete state don't incur any costs. So yeah, anyway, you can go through this for getting more information on this. So go back to console. So that is fine. Just to see here. And so now we'll implement an Azure virtual machine level backup. So for that, so we have set up recovery service vault. Now we'll set up Azure virtual machine level backup. So for that, let's from here this overview tab, then is that backup option. So click that backup. Now this backup goal blade, and first you see that option is where is your workload running. For me it's running into Azure first for this one particular one, so I am selecting that it's Azure. You can see there is other option like Stack Hub or HCI or on-prem, so Azure is fine for me for this lab practice. Then where do you want to backup? So here is Azure virtual machine. There are other options, SAP HANA or SQL Server in Azure VM. So virtual machine or Azure file share. So virtual machine is fine for me. Now you see that configure backup. So click on backup. Now here is the policy subtype. So there is one is standard and one is enhanced. So you can get information what it's doing. Then backup policy. So the default policy, like you can see that default policy details down below. That's backup frequency, instant restore. But we can also create a new policy. So click on create. Let's create a new policy. Click on create a new policy and give a policy name. So I'm just giving that Azure VM backup policy. Just give a name Azure VM backup policy. Now there are backup schedule that when that will run, that will be run. So as an example, I'm adding that daily it will run, and I put a time like night time after office. So I just put that 7 p.m. and then time zone. So select the time zone based on the time zone you want. So let me create or is plus 10, or these are minus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 should be here. So retain instance recovery snapshot for how many days. You can select that one, that how many days you want to retain the snapshot. For me, I am fine with that one, so and that is okay. Then you see there is other configuration. Default is fine for me now, so click on OK. So you can see that new policy defines here. Now after that virtual machine section, click on add. selecting virtual machine that can be backed up. So filter by name. So let me I need to make sure that virtual machine is here. Why I cannot see that one? Let me go back. So in a new tab, and on resources, is TS, just to make sure that I am doing on same region. Oh, here it is. Now it's good, that one. So select the virtual machine, so which I have already created. So from for this one I'm selecting VM01. So select that one, click on OK. Now here we have set up policy. We check the virtual machine backup, and you can see that there is a OS disk only backup option is there, and if you want to delete that one, you can click here, the delete option button. So definition is here, and if you would like to go get to know more, you can select here learn more. You will get to that page to discuss on OS disk only backup. So click on enable backup to enable the backup. So it's submitting deployment. So deployment is in progress. It will take few minutes. Let me pause here. So deployment is complete. That means backup is enabled. Now go to resource. And here we have recovery service Vault Blade. And here, if you go to protected item section, there is see that backup items and replicated items. So click on backup items, and you see that backup items count. So we can see that Azure virtual machine. Click that one, and you can see that backup pre-check is passed. This is just a warning that for initial pending backup thing, and you can get details. To get the details, you can click that, click backup details. So now here from this page, you can see that clearly there is option that backup now. So to take a backup, you can click that backup now. And next page, it's showing that retail backup till. So till means a specified date for backup to be retained. So I can give just one day more. So I can put just 11th and click OK. So it's triggering a backup for the VM that I defined. So backup is running. You see that. Let's pause here. This backup is running. So now let's set up a file and folder level backup by using recovery services. So for that, let's go to virtual machine section. So home, all resources, and this is the virtual machine I am going to set up for file and folder level backup. So click this VM, get the RDP connection string, so RDP, and download this RDP file. So when downloaded, click that to open the virtual desktop, remote desktop. Now we need to pass ID and password. Click OK. So in the virtual machine now, so okay, let me pause here. Is this? Is this window? Now open Microsoft Edge browser. New tab and connect to the portal. So your portal azure.com/home. Click next. So send a code. So let me set that up. Click on send code. So we are going to put code here and sign in. So from here, let's go to all the resources and recovery service faults that we created. So click on recovery service fault, and here click on backup. So this time we are going to select on-premises. So select on-premises, and what do you want to backup? If you select there are different options. So for now we are going with files and folders. Now prepare infrastructure, click on prepare infrastructure. So here you see that it's giving some message here: recovery service agent, please follow the steps mentioned below. So install recovery service agent. So click on that one to install recovery service agent. So click this download agent for Windows Server or Windows Client. And this side you can see that this downloads. So download completed. When download completed, you just click on this open file, and it's going through installation. Installation of, I'm getting some error message. Let me check that one. Errors in starting the Microsoft Azure Service Agent Setup widget. So I'm getting some error message. Let me go through that one first. So I'm going to pause here now. So now I'm going to execute from here, that downloads from that place. So click, double click. It's extracting files. And installation settings, I am considering on the default is fine for me. Click next. Connect to the internet through default proxy settings, that is fine. Click next. Then here is like two options there. So I just click on I do not want to Microsoft update. Click next. Then click install. So now after this, that Microsoft Azure Recovery Service Agent installation has completed successfully, we can see that click proceed to registration to register the service to a backup vault. So click proceed to registration. So now we can see that registered service and server widget. So from here we see that we need to pass vault credential. So for that, let's go back to portal page and click here. You see that download vault credential to register the server to the vault credential expire after 10 days. So click on already downloaded of using the latest recovery server agents and click on download. So this is the vault credential. Go to file location. So you can see the file here. So now go back to Edge. Here, that one, and download. Click this vault credential. Click open. So now click next. Here you see that there are some passphrase that you can select, but for me you can just click on generate passphrase. So it will generate there. Now enter location to save the passphrase that you would like to save so that you can use later on. So browse and let me save some folders. So this PC, let's put for now into document folder. Okay. You can also create a new folder. Click finish. So there's a warning message, but it's just a simple warning message that do you want to continue or not. For me, yes. Now this server registration is in progress here. But when you remember that when you do all your production environment, then you need to put all those secret file into secret location, because this is a for testing purpose. So I'm just putting into document folder. So now there is a message that Microsoft Azure Backup is now available on this server. So click close. When I close that one, you see that it's opening a page like backup page. That Microsoft Azure Backup page. And in your right side, you will see that there is an action section or action pane. So from here, there you see that register server, schedule backup, recover data. So now we are going to schedule a backup. So let me create a file for that one, or I can use some file. Okay. So let me create some file. Copy. Okay, I just consider this vault credential. Put into some place under C. Or CRADEN. So I'm going to take a backup of this vault credential folder. Give a short name so that I know just say no. Okay, that's fine. Let's make it short. First side just okay. Now go back here. Schedule backup. So click next. Here you can see that option for add items. So click on add items that I would like to take a backup. Under C, I would like to take a backup of vault credential. So if there are multiple files, you can select that one, or you can select the folder. So like I want this file. If I don't select this one, I can select this. So by multiple files, you can select that one. Now click OK. Then click next. Now this is schedule page. You can set up schedule. You see that there is an option for every day or every week. Day basis you can select 3 times a day, and weekly basis also there is a more options that every how many weeks or which day you want. So for now I put a day and sometime there, click next. And here select retention policy, default is fine for this lab session, click next. Then choose initial backup type that for me for testing purpose, that is fine, click next. And here is that the confirmation, so you can see all the brief here for the backup and click finish. So you have successfully created a backup schedule. After that, you see when that has been done, we get an option that backup now. So click close here and take a backup. So click backup now. So files and folder, click next. The time, click what I am doing because we set that up that first. So click backup. So backup progress, so you can see that backup is successfully completed. So click close here. So now go back to web browser window, portal, home, get into recovery service vault, and under protected items, let's see the backup items now. And if you see that one is that one is Azure Backup Agent, another is virtual machine. So that one we did with Azure Backup Agent. So if we click that Azure Backup Agent, and we can see that that backup is referencing to C drive for that Azure BKP VM machine one. So you can get the details. So this section we go through backup option. And next section, like Azure Virtual Machine or Azure Backup Agent using, next section we'll go through recovery, how we'll perform the file recovery, and that's all for this now. Thank you.